talking about the purgatory. That's right, the purgatory, the cleansing fire. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So I want to instruct you again to grab some notes, your notepad, your pen and paper. Get yourself situated so you can take down a few notes, just minor notes. So we hear the purgatory in Bible terms, Quran terms. A lot of religions talk on purgatory. This is a fact. A lot of religions talk on this topic, purgatory. So, the purgatory is simply the forced realization of the significance of our own misdeeds. So, a lot of people will say that the purgatory is around where you're floating for the rest of the time. You're just floating. You're floating. Well, there is a little bit of truth in that. But as far as being condemned to the purgatory for the rest of eternity, it's not how it works. So today, in today's message, we're going to touch on some points about the purgatory, so you know what exactly the purgatory is. The universe and even Earth is always seeking to better itself. It's always seeking to recreate, replenish. Everything's abundant. Everything's growing. Everything's changing constantly. So when we come down here to live this life, it's to balance out our karma. It's to experience love. It's to experience our earth walk in our fullest capacity. We should really be happy to wake up. This is our earth walk. As the soul passes out the gates of flesh when you die, the astral body fades off and falls away from the soul, unnoticed, and is in a sleep plane of consciousness. So your soul is in a sleeping pain, not pain, it's in a sleeping realm. It's very relaxed. Very relaxed. If you've been through trauma, it was darkness and it was very relaxing. It felt like, you just needed a nap, but you was already about to fall out of consciousness. That's for anybody that dealt with trauma, Like if you losing blood, you get really relaxed. You get really dazed. So your soul is in this type of relaxation while your vessel is just dropped. It just, it's dropped. It stays here. You don't own your vessel. Your vessel stays here. And your soul is in a sleep. That's that sleep or that plane that the soul is now on is what we call the astral realm, the astral plane. Astral projection. We made a video on that. But we're talking about on this realm, the astral realm. Okay? It begins to dream. The memories of its past life are still present with it, but indeed are faint. Kind of like a faraway memory, like a childhood memory. You love, man, I remember, when I used to do this with my mom. It would be one of those. It wouldn't be like oh yeah, yesterday. Yeah, I remember that yesterday. That happened yesterday. It wouldn't be that fast for you to remember. It would be like yeah. So the memories of the earth walk are still attached to the soul at this point when it's floating on the astral realm. The disembodied soul, although dreaming, does view the events. Yes, the soul views the events, but it doesn't view them in a way that we would normally think. These are the events of the earth walk that the vessel went through. The soul views the events from its point of view of the soul's present state that the soul's in right now. Yeah. So the soul is dealing with the reality, what's real, and what the soul's dealing with right now. The soul knows I don't have that body no more. It's no confusion. Here, your higher faculties are active and your lower faculties. A lot of people down here only operate on their lower faculties. But when you get to that realm, your higher faculties are active whether you like it or not. So the soul is totally aware of the present state that it's in. It's totally aware of it. For now, it is in the chaos realm. Yeah, the chaos realm. The land of pure desire. Pure desire. You have to look at my old video that I did on desire. This is primitive desire. This is primitive desire. Like how certain flowers attract bees to pollinate and spread what their desire is. That type of desire. Very primal desire. And now sees them in the now point of either fulfilled or frustrated desires. So that's how the soul's looking at it. It's looking at it as it either got fulfilled or it's kind of pissed off that it didn't get to do that. But you can't do nothing at this state. At this state, there's nothing you can do but view it. But view it. There's no physical smiling. You're not dealing with that up there. Note, while the soul is in this stage, it is not only conscious of the plane it's in or its present existence, but the higher faculties are also, like I said, and active. So this whole great paranormal, or what we would say, ghost or whatever, is a PHANTA, Fanta, SMAGONA. And that's basically a series of events and pictures, like a movie projection, like a series of pictures. It's this dream, it's pictures that you've seen. It is going on to real time. The higher self is holding the conscious mirror. The higher self is holding the conscious mirror, right? And biting the soul to look at his own image. So the higher self is holding the mirror to your soul. Your soul is over here. Higher self is holding the mirror. And look at your shortcomings. Look at your past life. And it's holding that mirror. And it's nothing you can do. Your soul. This is the process. This is the process. You having choice was when you had your vessel, before you got ejected out of your vessel. Before you willfully gave up your vessel. So you just have to look, they ain't no, man, I don't want to see this no more. It's none of that. This is the process. This is the cleansing fire. Okay? So it's looking at its own image. The soul is forced to contemplate these overgoes and struggles in proportion to its divine state of spirituality. Each soul is unique, just like a fingerprint. Each soul is unique, just like a fingerprint. And it has its own symbolism within that soul. That's why it's important to look at symbols, alchemical symbols, old symbols, because it makes that soul remember. It wakes it up. That's the key, to remember. You already know this stuff. You already came here before. You want to remember so you don't make the same mistakes again. Because life is like a kaleidoscope. Yeah. Life is like a kaleidoscope. And if you do not realize that you came on the same picture, you go against that whole thing about 4 times. You have to say, oh man, I went through that. This is done. Let me put this down. Some people will keep going over and over and over and won't even realize that they've been at that position that they're at. They make the same mistake twice. Okay. It has its own symbolism, carried from the experience of its own history, like I said. This purgatory is indeed a cleansing fire. Hold the image of gold in your head. And think when gold is in the furnace and is getting melted down till it's in its purest form. This is a purifying process, but it's still more beautiful, the gold. It's getting clean. It's getting melted. We are permitted to wipe out some, but not all, of our karma from that past life, from that life that you got ejected from your vessel. We are allowed to go through these stages, and we are allowed to wipe out some of our karma, whether that's good or bad. We can wipe some of it out, but not all of it. And the reincarnate, that's what we do. We reincarnate back here again. If we didn't learn, if we can't go to the next level, we get held back just like in school. We reincarnate to the earth with the rest of the karma still bound of our neck. This here is the unsuspected karma that causes suffering in souls in their next life. So when they reincarnate and they go through a little bit of hardship or suffering, this is the karma from the other lives or the other life previous to that. We compensate our karma and adjust the balance. Only then the soul can make true growth. Because on the astral realm, there is no time, there is no watch, there's no dates, no time and space as we know it. This is where your mood comes into play. Vivid dreams and feelings create a definite atmosphere. So if your mood is always negative, you always in a rut, you like a downpour, you're going to find yourself migrating and being around other souls that are impure, doubtful, always in a rut. Because like attracts like. And this still applies. This is where the mood comes into place. States of mind and those who are in similar moods through the law of attraction are drawn together. This is the so-called idea of when people say hell. It ain't really hell. Like you're not doing no work that your soul can't bear. You're not getting tortured. You just around. So think of a jail. You might go to jail and you might, damn, man, I don't belong around these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers is negative. Stupid. Yeah, you don't belong around them. So this is where mood comes into place. So you'll find yourself attracting to that. But once the process is done, you reincarnate and you have yet another chance to improve yourself, to elevate, to get rid of that karma, to fix it. You have another chance. Like I said, the earth is, and the universe is constantly bettering itself, never destroying itself. Trees are not eating the dirt. They're just living. So this is the process. This is the true cleansing fire. This is what the soul has to go through. So we want to use our higher faculties and develop them while we're here on earth. So that when we do transcend, because when we do transcend, we take our 2 most precious gifts, mind and speech. Hope you liked the video. Cheers.